Hey guys, Dave from Timber Time Outdoors. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In this video, we're going to look at a new accessory for the Ranger. It's made by Kolpin Outdoors. It's an overbed cargo rack. All right, we're going to do three things in this video. First, we're going to do a quick unboxing. Second, we're going to do a quick assembly. And third, we're going to attach it to the Ranger and throw some tools on it. We'll follow it up with some initial thoughts, but basically just to give you an overview of what this product is and what it can do for the Ranger. All right, before we cut into the box, I ordered this. I had got a significant discount because I had a coupon for Father's Day. So, you know, this company didn't reach out to me or anything. I just had a deal, and it was with, you know, a vendor that happened to carry this. So I basically bought this one because it looked nice and it was, you know, one of the only ones that particular vendor had. So I actually haven't done a lot of research on this thing. So we're going to kind of learn this together as we go. The other thing I had to purchase was this right here. Basically, this is how it attaches to the bed. So all Rangers have the lock and ride system, and that's what these are here. Now I did go ahead and buy the Kolpin version. So this is what they look like, and I think they just twist in place. But I read some about that, you know, some of the Amazon stuff doesn't work so well with this one. So I went and got the Kolpin accessory. All right, this thing got beat up a little bit in shipping. So it's only got one strap. And the box was a little bit torn up, so hopefully it's not broken. All right, let's see what we got here. Grab my knife again. Oh, sticker. Gotta have a sticker. All right, so it looks like the first box is one of the side mounts. So, you know, this is probably, I'd say 16 gauge, 14 gauge metal, powder coated. Set that aside. Most of it's filler. Bag of bolts. Guessing this is another side. There's not a whole lot to it. It's basically got two sides and a top. Yep, there's the other side. Basically an identical part. And then this is the main cargo rack here. Again, nice metal. It's got some good welds, powder coated finish. One of the cool things about Kolpin is you can attach a lot of their other accessories on here, like gun boots and saw holders, these kinds of things. So that's another reason I liked the Kolpin system. You know, a bed rack is a bed rack, right? I mean, there's several out there. This one happens to be substantial. It's very heavy, which is a good and a bad, I guess. You know, I'm kind of close to maxing out my trailer, so adding a heavy accessory is something that I didn't want to do, but I also needed something to, you know, maximize this bed. All right, a couple things before we get started here. Instructions are really straightforward. You know, you've got two sides. You've got 8 carriage bolts. The carriage bolts are M10, which is a 15 millimeter socket. So I'm not thrilled that they're using metric, but you know, that's it, is what it is. So really easy. You don't need a lot of tools. And the one thing that I will point out here is that they included this chart or pattern. So this thing's very adjustable. So lots of different UTVs out there and different bed widths. That's what this is showing you. So you can see Can-Am, Kawasaki, a couple different Polaris models, the General, the Ranger. This one right here is the one I need. So it's the Polaris Ranger and the Yamaha Viking. Basically, I have the same bed size. And so what they're basically telling you here is where to put the carriage bolts. And so if you look, bring this over, you can see there's a bolt pattern there. And I'm going to be using these two here and these two here. All right, 2 carriage bolts, we'll get it started. Basically, I'm going to reach up here and probably could use a second set of hands if you got that. Get this tightened down. And there is some adjustment, even though you got a hole pattern you need to, hold on to. You will be able to slide this from side to side. Hopefully you can see that there. All right, 2 more carriage bolts. We'll put these in. We'll get them tightened down. And I'm not gonna go super tight because once I get it on the Ranger here, I wanna have some adjustments, and then I'll do my final, snugging things down once everything's on here. But like I said, you have some adjustment here. All right, guys, sometimes when you're making these videos, you screw up, and I forgot to take the camera off of time-lapse. So, reshooting this piece here, I wanted to show you how these lock and rides go on. They're super simple. Oop, hang on one second. Not my day today. Okay, so you take this guy, you put it in the slot. These holes are 6 inches apart. And so these slots are either 6 or 12. So I'm gonna put 1 every other hole. So 6 plus 6 is 12. So 12 inches apart, and then you just put the washer on the other side and thread this T-nut on. It's super simple. So the other thing that I filmed that was on time lapse was there's something goofy with the instructions, and I don't know if it's me or Polaris changed something, or Kolpin just, has an outdated little map of their, which holes to use. But I basically had to shift this thing over 1 set of holes on each side for it to work. So other than that, it was really straightforward, really easy to put together. All right, hopefully second time is a charm here. And again, I would recommend 2 people, but I don't have 2 people, so we're not going to do it. It's just kind of bulky and heavy, and you probably don't want to scratch your machine. Looks like it's going to work this time, maybe. Oop. Here we go. One side in. And the other side in. All right. So again, you can position it forward, back. I'm gonna probably leave it in this position because I plan to have a couple of gun boots on here. But yeah, looks good so far. I'll get everything tightened down. All right, I've got all 4 bolts tightened down, and then 3 of the 4 lock and rides. It's just super simple. They just twist. And again, it just works like a boat plug. A little bit awkward getting your fingers under here because of this flat part, but you don't have to get them that tight because this thing is absolutely rock solid. I mean, the whole Ranger will be shaking. So I like it so far. Easy to put on. Was pretty easy to put together, except for the mistake in the instructions, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. But all right, last thing here, we're just gonna throw some gear underneath, on top, so you can get a feel for what fits, what doesn't fit. So I got a chainsaw, a couple coolers, gas can, 5-gallon bucket, which everybody likes. And yeah, so I mean, everything fits underneath with ease, even this tall gas. Oh, looks like the spout hits there just barely, but you can still get it under there. Yeah, let me grab a tape measure here. All right, get a tape measure on here. So 5-gallon bucket is about 14.5. And the bottom of this is about 19 inches. But everything fits you know, very easily. Looks like that doesn't quite work. But yeah, a little bit of Jenga. Getting things positioned. Let's try the chainsaw, see how that fits up there. Jump up on the ladder quick. But yeah, that, you know, you're gonna need some bungees, you know, to hold things down, depending on what you're traveling over, but looks like the saw is gonna fit just fine. Yeah, no problem, even with the cooler there. So yeah, it's, you know, it just extends your capacity, and it's well made. There's lots of accessories. I'm gonna get a few of those accessories, you know, like the bow holders, tool holders, gun boots. There's a bunch of stuff that they make, so. Yeah, I think we can wrap this video up. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Hit that like button if you learned something or if you like this product. Subscribe, send it to your friends, and remember, everybody, keep it in the timber. Bye-bye.